Welcome to part number 21 of the Minish Cap playthrough. So my suspicions were correct from the last video. All we do here is side missions. So if you're only interested in the main quest of this playthrough, then I suggest you exit out of the video right away because I will not be doing any part of the main quest in this video. So you may be wondering, what side quest are we going to be doing in this video? Well, in this video, we are going to collect the remaining Tiger Scrolls. Now, I believe there are 4 left. There's one in Castle Town, one in Castor Wilds, one in Vale Springs, and one in Hyrule Field, I think. Now, we only need one more before we can go to the one in Castor Wilds. If you remember back in Castor Wilds, the I forgot his name, it's like Swift Blade the First or something like that. He said that he will not train you until you have every single Tiger Scroll. Now that is sort of true. You need 7 of them. There are a total of 10 in the game, but 2 of them are sort of extra Tiger Scrolls. You'll be seeing why when we get to them, but you can't get them until you get the previous 8. So keep that in mind. First, head to Hyrule Castle Town and go see this guy. I forgot what his name is. They all have similar names that I get confused, and they're all like Swift Blade and Great Blade and stuff like that. I don't know. But you can't get this technique until you get the Rock's Cape. And this technique, it's really not that useful. You just jump in the air and then you use the sword and you do this thrust attack. To be honest, it's not that useful. You'll never really use it. I mean, it looks really cool, but it's really not that effective. So, make sure you get it just so you can get the final, all the remaining Tiger Scrolls, but you're never going to be using it. With all 7 of the Tiger Scrolls, or all 7 of the ones we can get before the last one, I don't know what I'm saying. With 7 Tiger Scrolls, head to Castor Wilds and talk to the Ghost Swift Blade, and he will teach you the final technique. Now this technique is the Great Spin Attack. We've seen this in previous Legend of Zelda games before. Basically, it's just a spin attack that you can do over and over again, and you can move around the screen, and it's a pretty useful attack. However, I don't think it's really that helpful against enemies. Now, if you remember my spot for farming kinstone pieces, it's just a giant grass field. If you use the Great Spin Attack there, you can eliminate almost the entire field on one white Piccolite. So that's what I use it for. But if you want to use the Great Spin Attack against enemies, go ahead. It gets the job done, but it's certainly not necessary. Normal sword strikes get the job done. So with 8 Tiger Scrolls, we need to get to the 2 remaining extra Tiger Scrolls. Now, in order to unlock these 2 secret dojos, you need to fuse kinstones with 2 of the previous trainers. And that will unlock 2 secret dojos, one in Hyrule Field and the other one in Vale Springs. Here's the one in Hyrule Field. I think it's right next to where we got the magical boomerang, if I remember correctly. Now, I think you can access these dojos before you get to the Great Spin Attack, but the people, the 2 trainers there will not teach you their techniques if you don't know the Great Spin Attack, so keep that in mind. And I forgot who's the other trainer we need to fuse with. Is it the one in Hyrule Castle Town? I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's the one on Mount Crenel, if I remember correctly, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it's not this one. I made a mistake here. Why did I should have cut that out, but I didn't, so, yeah. like I was saying, I'm pretty sure it's the one in Mount Crenel. Or maybe it's the one in the courtyard? Even I didn't remember when I was recording this, as you can clearly tell. I'm just going around, I don't know. Actually, I think I'm going to the first secret dojo right about now. Okay, so these two extra Tiger Scrolls enhance your Great Spin Attack and your previous techniques. Now this first one will enhance our Great Spin Attack so it lasts longer. So basically it will last like twice as long now. Maybe not twice as long, but it's certainly upgraded from the normal Great Spin Attack, which is nice. It's a neat little upgrade. And the second secret Tiger Scroll, yeah, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I do recommend you get this one simply because it makes farming for kinstone pieces that much easier. And when you have this upgrade, you can use the Great Spin Attack for a ridiculously long time. And look at the trainer, even he is just saying spinning over and over again. And it's just, you're gonna see that you can use the Great Spin Attack for, I don't know, a good 15 seconds? Maybe not that long, like 10 seconds? But it's a long time, and you never really need to use it for that long unless you're farming for kinstone pieces, but yeah. So I guess you don't actually get a Tiger Scroll, it's just an upgrade. And look at that, look at how long that is. Look at, that's just comical. I know in some of the 3D games, if you use the Great Spin Attack, after you're done, you get dizzy, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Why do you get dizzy? What's the point? Really, why would you do that? Why make us dizzy? I don't know. I guess that's what they thought. Maybe they thought that was to balance it or something, like it would be overpowered if you didn't get dizzy afterwards. Actually, I think that happens in some of the 2D games as well. I think that happens in Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Alright, is the Great Spin Attack in both of them? I know it's in one of them. Anyways, fuse with the trainer in the courtyard. I thought it was the one on Mount Crenel. I really did, but I guess I was wrong. Go to the courtyard, fuse with that trainer, and then the secret dojo in Vale Falls will open. Or Vale Fall. Whatever it's called. I thought it was called Vale Springs, but apparently not. I'm not good with names in all my games. You know, names of locations, like, unless it's important, I don't pay attention. It's not like forgetting these names matters at all. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You don't need to remember the names. I usually just call them like Death Mountain and Minish Forest and Hyrule Castle Town, even though those are all wrong. I think it's what? Hyrule Town and Mount Crenel and Minish Woods? I don't even remember what that one's called. Anyways, head into the second secret dojo, and here you will learn a technique to make your Great Spin Attack even faster than it was before. Now it's just really fast, and it's... Oh, whoa. Oh, okay, now it makes sense. Okay, there's actually 3 dojos. I was wrong. Okay, this all makes sense now. This dojo, he will teach you how to charge up your split gauge faster. Now the split gauge is that little green bar that appears whenever you need to split into copies. It normally takes like 3 to 4 seconds, but with this upgrade it'll only take 1. And you may be thinking that's really not that useful, but it really comes in handy during the final boss, and you'll see why when we get there. But it's definitely useful. I suggest you go get it. So, I was right. You do need to go fuse with the guy on Mount Crenel. It's all coming back to me now. As I watch the footage, it all comes back to me. I was just blanking out. Sometimes that happens, you know. It happens to all of us. You just forget something. It's just... No one has a perfect memory. except those people with like photographic memories. I'm always impressed by those people because they can remember just so many things, and I don't know, I just think it's really impressive. Maybe I'm just easily impressed. I don't know. But if you have one of those photographic memories, then I applaud you, because my memory isn't the best. It's not terrible, but it's not great either, so whatever. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses and whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Anyways, the third dojo appears in Castor Wilds, and in this dojo we learn how to make our great spin attack even faster, and it's not a lot faster, but it's certainly noticeable, and I think it's pretty cool. It makes your great spin attack faster, and it makes it easier to harvest kinstone pieces, in case you haven't gotten as many as you need at this point. At this point in the game, I went back to the fields to get more kinstone pieces. I didn't show it on screen because there's really no reason to. You know what happens. You just go to the field, use a white pickle light, and get as many kinstone pieces as you need. So you're gonna see during the fusion screens that I have like 8 or 9 copies of each different piece, which is always helpful, just so you don't have to go back and farm for a specific piece every time you need one. And here, you can see that the light arrows are not any stronger than the normal arrows. They're no different. There's really no difference. The only difference is if you charge them, so that's... The light arrows, they're okay, but as I just demonstrated right there, they're not entirely useful. If you go in that cave right next to the dojo, there's a heart piece. Pick it up. I don't show all of the heart pieces in this playthrough. I do get them all, but I don't show them all off, just because some of them are in random spots in the field, and it's really not that entertaining to watch, so I left it all out. And here is our final secret dojo, and here we will learn to make our great spin attack faster. It's certainly useful, but if you don't want to get it, then don't get it. There's really no reason to get it. You don't use the great spin attack all that often. And with that, we have learned every single technique in the game. We are now highly proficient with our sword. And in the next video, we are going to do more side missions. Yes, I know, more side missions. I bet you can't wait. I'll see you in part number 22.